Howdy and welcome back to the channel. I am Country Boy, and today we're going to be strapping on our scuba gear as we go into some deep, dark waters with The Creature from the Black Lagoon by NECA. Welcome back to Whatcha Figure. And yeah, we're going to be opening up The Creature from the Black Lagoon. This is a guy that I've always liked aesthetically. I've always thought he was kind of cool looking. Even as a kid, I was like, that's a cool looking creature. It's an actual creature. It's not just a man that's invisible, or a man that has like a hideous face or something like that, like the Phantom of the Opera or something like that. This is some kind of weird creature. It's a beast. It's an animal. It's something different. And I've always liked that. I thought the fact that it came from like the depths of the water made it really even creepier, scarier, if you will. Again, like most of these Universal movie monsters, I haven't seen this movie yet. I'm planning to watch it. I've been catching up on some of these. I've been watching some of them, but I've always wanted to watch this one, and I do plan to watch this one because I do think that this character deserves my viewing. And I really love the idea of the Universal monsters and all of that stuff. So I guess without further ado, let's get to looking at the packaging. Alright, so this is the packaging for A Creature from the Black Lagoon, starring Richard Carlson and Julia Adams. So this obviously would be like the poster that came out when the movie was back in the theaters in 54, I want to say, is when this movie was. Correct me if I'm wrong. Around the same year as Godzilla, I guess that would be, right? So then, yeah, it looks like the poster does. I assume I'll have to take a look at one of the posters and just kind of compare it here somewheres, show you. But yeah, it looks really cool. I like the artwork. Ultimate Creature from the Black Lagoon. Looks really cool. Him holding a woman. A bunch of guys coming down to chase after him. Really cool. This evokes like the old school horror movies that they had back in the day, like you would watch back on a outside screen, what's called a drive-through movie. That's what it's called. So that's what it reminds me of. This side, you got a picture of the actual figure itself, not just from the movie or a drawing or anything like that. It's actually from the figure itself. Creature from the Black Lagoon, says Universal Monsters, NECA, and Real Toys at the bottom there. On the back here, you got a whole bunch of images of the figure as well too. Creature from the Black Lagoon. It says a bunch of stuff right there that it comes with. Yeah, looking really, really cool. A bunch of bubbles all over the place. And then Creature from the Black Lagoon again. Same writing, different image. Looks really awesome. Love those big old lips he's got there. Let's go to the top here. We got ages 17 and up, so make sure you are of age. And a bunch of other stuff that's similar to what we saw before. A bunch of people that worked on this figure, some of the artwork, some of the guys that created it. Looking really cool. Universal. Yes. Open it up. Let's see what we got. There is another image of the figure looking like it's underwater. Really, really cool. But the actual figure is right there. So cool. Loving the way this guy looks. I can't wait to get inside of this. So without further ado, there's nothing left to do but to get into the packaging. Here is the creature out of the packaging, and I gotta say, he is really cool. He has a lot more going on for him than I thought he did, actually. He's a really cool, well put together figure. You know what? If I was doing my top 10 list now, for 2023, this guy might have made it in there. He might have actually bumped Dracula out of there. But you know what? I didn't open him till well after, so I cannot put him in there. But before I get to the figure, I'll get to some of the accessories, which is, a bunch of extra hands, basically. Starting with these ones here, which are like the, you're kind of reaching out, I guess, have you, just kind of, what do you say? They're kind of clawing at something, or they're not just spread out like big frying pans you have over there. But the detail on these are really good. I love the green and like the gold kind of extra accents that they put on everything. Like, you can see like a bit of scaling and the claws and everything. It looks really well done. And then you can see like in between the fingers, you got the webbing going on there. And then even in the hands themselves have some cool texturing that you can kind of see there. Really well done. Just fantastic. You gotta love it. It is NECA, so they don't ever skimp. And then we're gonna go to these hands here, which are more the just relaxed hands, I guess. They're not they're like I said, they're the big frying pan hands, basically. They're just spread out, got the webbing in between the hands, and same level of detail as the other ones. You got the green and the gold. Just really cool, good detailing on the hands, on the palms, so really well done. And then these ones are very similar. These ones are more like stretched out, like his hands are very stretched out like that. So that's what these ones are, I guess, are supposed to be. Like maybe they're going to attack or something like that, or maybe they're like saying freeze, and he puts his hands up because the cops are about to shoot him or something like that. But that's what these ones look like, and a similar level of detail, I guess you could say, the green and the gold, and just really well done. The claws, really, really cool. I love these things, looking really awesome. I don't know which ones I'm going to use, actually. But then it also comes with some extra heads. So we'll start with this head here, which is kind of an open head, just slightly open mouth, I guess you could say. But look at those fish eyes, those scary looking, just don't have much of an expression sort of look, fish eyes that he's got going on. Just love that. That is classic Creature from the Black Lagoon right there. And then, look at the colors. You can just see the green, and then there's just like the gills. It looks like he's got like almost like a bronzy, goldish color going on there. Such cool detail. Like you can just see how much painstaking detail has gone into these guys. This is just really well done. And those big old fish lips he's got there, just classic look. Love it. And then this head, you're probably wondering why you need two similar heads. Well, this one's actually a way better head, because you know what it does? It's got the articulated mouth, so you can have them closed or you can have them opened, which is awesome. This is definitely the head I'm going to be using, because I can have them pose any way I want that ways. But yeah, exact same detail on as the other one. Just really well done. Gotta love it. Looks so good, and it feels good in hand too. Looking at the figure itself, so you got all that green going on, and then the head is this is a fully closed mouth, so it's the same as the other heads basically, but just the closed mouth. And look at even like the wrinkling in the above the and below the mouth there, like totally like a fish or something. Like it's really well done. I don't even know if the figure, or sorry, if the Creature from the Black Lagoon from the movie, if the actual, like the suit even had this level of detail. Like I feel like this has more detail than the actual movie would have had. Maybe not. I don't know. Probably not. But it's just so well done. Like look at all the scaling on this guy, his back, and just like you could see just so many different layers that this guy would have had to have worn in the movie. So cool. And you see the fins, like the back, like spike going on there. Just really well done. This is a beautiful looking figure. I can't stress that enough. This guy looks really awesome. I love the green. I love the gold. Fantastic. So I guess it's getting to looking at some of the articulation, which surprised me. I played with him a little bit, and he has more articulation than I would have expected. The head, not that much, because it is kind of a bulky head. It goes down like that, it goes back like that, and then he goes side to side like that, and then you can turn him around all the way, I guess, if you want to, but that's fine. You don't really need to. So he's got decent movement on the head, but not a crazy amount. And then the arms will put up, so he goes, I think, about 90 degrees, just over 90 degrees, and then it can go basically all the way around like that. And then the double jointed elbows, which I didn't even know that, because it's kind of hidden by all the layers, which is really awesome. So he's got better elbows than I thought. And then the wrists right here, all the way around. Back, you can't go too far. Forward, you can go a lot further, because he's not hindered by the cuff here sort of thing that he's got going on. And then he's got, he's got an awesome ab crunch here, waist swivel and all that stuff. He's got pretty good movement. Like look at that movement he's got there. And then he goes back about that far, like just really cool. It's awesome what they can do when they have layers. You can cover it with the scaling and all that stuff. So really well done. So yeah, there's your waist swivel. And just again, you wouldn't even know that was there unless you touched this guy and played with him. So the legs, we're gonna say, goes out forward that far, and then back about that far, and then they go out. Pretty good splits. He does really good splits. This guy must really stretch when he's underwater there. And then the double jointed knees go up about that far, so he can almost kick his own butt, but not quite. And then let's see what we got for the ankle rotation. He spins all the way around there. You can do a bit of a point with his toe, not too much, and then up right about there, not too much. Again, he's got kind of cuffs going on, kind of get in the way, but awesome articulation for a guy that I really didn't expect to. I thought he was going to be a lot bulkier and harder to move around, but he does a really good job of moving around. So that's going to do it for articulation and looking at just the figure. Let's do some comparisons with some other figures that are kind of in this line and kind of see how he fares. Stay tuned. All right, so here I have him kind of with his posable mouth. So, this is the best of both worlds with this mouth. You can go open, close, you can go half open, what have you. I don't even know why they put the other heads on there. Really, this is the head you're going to use, aren't you? But for some comparisons, I thought I'd toss in Leonardo from the TMNT, not Universal, but TMNT movie line, I should say. for good reason, because I don't know if you know this, but there is TMNT and Universal Monsters crossover that they've been doing, and the most recent figure to come out is a crossover between the creature from the Black Lagoon and Leonardo, which looks just awesome. I haven't gotten that figure yet, but I can't wait to get it, because I have been collecting that line as well, and I've loved every one of them so far, and I can't wait to see how they've kind of put these two together to make one cool character. So yeah, as you can see, the creature's much taller than Leonardo is, which I think should be about right, because Leonardo and all the other Ninja Turtles are kind of shorter characters. The Ninja Turtles usually are, I should say, not the Michael Bay movies. And then we'll do another comparison with someone else here, which is the Bride of Frankenstein, which I think she's just beautiful, and I think she fares pretty well too. The creature does still look quite tall compared to her, but I think she was shorter than Frankenstein's monster and all the other creatures, so I guess it would make sense. And I think she fits in quite well with him, and yeah, it looks really good. I know that in the movie there is a lady that I think he kind of is infatuated with, so that's kind of why I want to throw her in here to kind of throw that comparison as well. And then the last one I'll just throw in is another monster-esque type character, which is obviously the Wolfman. So Wolfman or werewolves are usually my favorite, and I think he's, you know what, the creature from the Black Lagoon, he must be quite a tall guy, because he is still towering over the Wolfman quite a bit. So he must be bigger than most characters, or most people, I guess, in the movies. I haven't seen the movie, like I said, but he must be pretty tall compared to how he looks with this guy, because I think he's more of an average size guy, so he must be a pretty big guy. So that's going to do it for this episode where I open up the creature from the Black Lagoon. I hope you liked it. Go ahead and give me a like and subscribe. I am CountryBoy9 with an underscore in there somewheres. And go ahead and check me out on other platforms and another channel that I do with my friends called Wasted Opinions. We have a blast. We have a good time. Check us out. You'll probably like us. If you don't, then don't subscribe, but we do appreciate it. So I am Country Boy. I put the sass in sarsaparilla, and be sure to let me know what you figure.